This one, I have to stand with EFF. I mean, for the second time in my life, because now there's a deletion of someone else's life. And then someone must be held accountable. Whether you're going in for culpable homicide or you're going for murder, the fact is that someone must be held accountable. Who's that someone? A South African. Welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and do comment in the comment section. What do you think? Guys, this is one issue that is very sensitive in South Africa. When South African they speak, they are called xenophobic. When South African they act in an unlawful manner. So it's more like in my language they say "Khomia moshate wa e rapa or wrong, wa e tlogela le gona or wrong," meaning that you do something, you don't, you're still wrong. Either way. You know what I mean? But I want to talk about Action SA and Xolani and their Moja Love crew. Let's just be honest. When you're going to deal with the sophisticated, intelligent criminals, why are you not going with the police? Because, okay, you go there with your filming crew, you go there with your security, you go there with whatever that you have, you trust yourself that you can outpower them. But do you know that as a citizen, yes, you have what we call private arrest, you can arrest someone. But do you understand the implications of fighting those people? What happens if they kidnap you? Who's gonna be held accountable? Who should now come and rescue you? It's the same government that in the first place you excluded from the process. Why not? You want to help, ne? Why not ask the government to say, I need a backup. I need to have a panic button so that you can get as soon as possible if things go wrong. Now the police are distancing themselves. Now the metro police are also distancing themselves. You understand where this matter could go, and then we end up having a South African man spending time in prison trying to solve the problem. You're not solving the problem. You know, one thing I love about my country is that we have the law, and that law can work for us if we want to use it. We have law, guys. We do. You know, warrant of arrest, the what. You can ask police to accompany you, and they never say no. So now this thing has happened. We lost a life, of which I'm like, okay, is that the best way to deal with this? Is this the best way? We need to sit down and say, okay, guys, we have illegal immigrants coming into the country doing illegal things. How do we deal with this? Do we say that we're gonna delete them? If we deleting them, will their country be happy? Remember that Nigeria is part of, they didn't say Nigeria, but most of the countries in Africa, they are part of AU. So the relationship between both countries, how will it be that our brothers they came here and then you guys you choose to? Are we ready for a war? This is not a civil war. I don't know what we'll be calling it, but it will be something inter-Africa war. As South Africans, are we ready for that? Because okay, delete lives, and then their government will be like, "Ew, our people are just being deleted in South Africa." They'll be happy. Let's just be honest, guys. We are calling it bad. We don't see like how far this thing can go. People are celebrating. What are you celebrating? That your brother will be in prison in the next 2 years. Should this go to the trial? Of course it will go. A life was lost. And the fundamental human rights doesn't say South African citizen. Everyone who lives in South Africa has a right to life, dignity, and security. But you took the other person's life, and you will say that South African they're only working for, South African government is only working for illegal immigrants, not as South Africans. But in the first place, as South Africans, we don't respect our own law. We don't trust our own police service. Guys, I'll talk about this like for very, very, very long time. And they will say when we call them, they don't do anything. You know very well that you don't call police. You call police when things have gone wrong. As South Africans, we are the problem. Hence, our police officers, they don't take us serious. You call, like, something will happen, say we solve it, and it's okay. By law, you can do restorative justice, but most of the time, we choose to turn a blind eye. You turn a blind eye, hey Mikey, how Ali busy, your own Mikey selling weed. You turn a blind eye, like, I'm not gonna say anything, it's none of my business. You know, supply and demand. Someone once said this, supply and demand. There's a demand in South Africa for such things. They're just supplying, 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 supplying. Who's selling them on the ground? Who's taking them to the township? Because you barely see them in the township. You see them go Hillbrow, Bosani side, but in the township you barely. They're there, but not really there. So you're telling me that they come into the township? No, guys. We should start. The root of the problem should start here at home, in our homes, our brothers who are buying from them to supply to our brothers. You see the chain? It's our brothers buying and then supplying our brothers. Them, they're the bosses. You take out the bosses that the other boss will replace. But if you solve this problem here at the ground, there will be no demand and then the supply will move somewhere else. I don't know where. They can't force us. Hi, I'll see you in the next one before I get more educated. But guys, let's just stay away from killing people, because if we do that, we're gonna end up in prison. And guess who's gonna rule? Our children. Yes, them.